Hey, folks, welcome back to the lab. We have a new lantern project. We have many lantern projects coming up. This is a Defiance, and I believe this is called the 150. And this one is a jobber for Atlantic. We'll see more of that once I get this awful rattle can paint off of here. But it's big, beautiful. I mean, yeah, all you got to do is make a Defiance even taller. Crazy tall, big number 2 size. I don't anticipate any major problems. I haven't tried to see if anything's loosened up or anything's seized or rusted shut, but we're gonna do that right meow. So let's take a look. Okay, so oh yeah, nice. Yeah, this is in pretty nice shape. Yeah. Oh, all right. We have cap. Excellent. Immaculate. Yeah, looks like a nice new wick in there. Well, you know, new to this, but it's not like all rusted and corroded and weird. Cool. All right. Whoa. That had not been done in a while. Okay, that's nothing wrong with that. We'll clean that baby up. Put that back in. Let's see, big number 2 burner. Are you rusted on there? You are kinda. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna think that this is a lot like a Dietz. And most likely turn left or right. Which direction? I don't know. That is the problem. What's going on here? I knew there was going to be. Okay, good. I see right there. There's a little space. So that tells me what direction. Well, it needs to go this direction. Oh, and it's working. Okay. Oh, good. Ah. Yep, burning it without kerosene in it. That is a dry wick. You can see by all the carbon here, and most likely smoke bell and a crown packed full of carbon. Okay, well, when we get the paint off, all that carbon's going to come off too. And this looks like it's been painted as well, so we'll take that to the sink. This to the sink. I have nothing else to take off of here, so I'm going to take this all to the sink. Grab my cauliflower crust pizza out of the oven. Pick at that a little bit, and I'll be back, and we'll get this baby going. All right, so the lantern is getting another little dose of easy off. And it's interesting, this pulled right out, and it's like they put it in and didn't widen them things out. That's weird. But I'm going to have to take that crown off. Get that going right, which is fine. Defiance crowns are pretty good. They're pretty tough. All right, so I'm going to go over to the bench grinder and just, clean these up real quick. And we'll clean these up with a Dremel. And then I'll go get the lantern. That's why I'm keeping the gloves on. Gloves are hard to come by, and they're not, silver paint coming off on everything. Yeah, lots of freaking metallic silver paint. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Well, this is interesting. This is unique. I had never seen a cap do that. It's all weird, like I know it's hollow inside, but I've never seen crack. Or I don't think that's rust. Isn't that weird? I've never seen that before. Interesting. But the cap's in nice shape. Burner's in nice shape. But the bench grinder fried my gloves. All right, so that looks just fine. That looks just fine, just fine. All right, so when we get the appropriate Dremel tip on there, we'll clean them babies up, and I'm gonna go check on the lantern. All right. Okay, so we got it back from the kitchen. I'm gonna take it over to, oh geez, there's lots of water still in there. Okay, man, this is just a beast. Total wrong size. You know, my shop's the wrong size for this freaking thing. Man, oh man. Okay, so that's that really pesky metallic silver paint. I remember that. Shit, I remember the smell of it. Going back to my model cars, model planes and stuff as a kid. And I thought that I was leaving some in the corners, but I'm like, oops, that's solder. The solder had, looks like the solder soaked in a lot of that silver paint, and or it could just be solder. I don't know. But, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll get it all off of there. We'll clean this baby up. Look at that nice Defiance steel underneath that awful paint. I'm going to go to the bench grinder now and see how much of these remnants I can get off with it. I see no reason why this is not going to be a beauty. Big Bertha. I just named it. That's Big Bertha here. That's Big Bertha. Okay, so let's go hit the bench grinder. Kind of want to take this off. Not if I need to desolder it. There's no need. No need. It's just a want. Would make my job a lot easier. Just a want, but there's nothing wrong with it. This, by the way, Defiance has the best globe plates, globe guards. To me, love that. And this is kind of different. Others are kind of like, you know, the ventings on the sides. Very cool. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Well, so this is gonna clean up really nice. I didn't think it was gonna clean up this nice. So I took the bail off during progress because I had forgotten. I hate these bails. They have an attitude, man. It's nuts. Okay, so here we have some very nice metal, but it's very hard for my bench grinder to get to any of it. And bad news. I knew there was going to be some bad news eventually. So, two of the tabs are gone. There was one off already before I took the cap off. So apparently I lost one during bench grind. Make sure I retain those because the springs in Defiance are very strong. So when you're going to use the thumb ring, you want to make sure you got some good pulling power. So if that doesn't work, we may have to shave these down and just kind of lower it down a little bit. We'll see. All right, so let's start working on this thing a little bit. I think I'm going to do the old junk bit. Let's see what we got. We need that eventually. There's a junk bit. Okay, so let's do a little clean up here. All right. Okay, so, man, I'll tell you what. This thing is cleaning up. Really is cleaning up a lot better than I expected it to. It's interesting. There's a couple little dabs of solder here. I wonder if this was a factory or not. Because I don't usually see them on here like that. Just somebody could have placed a couple beads around. Keep that from falling out. I had to yank it out of there. I saw it was coming loose, but I did kind of pry it a little heavy with it. Looks like I may have bent that. Okay, well, all it takes is... Yeah, good. Me to bend that back. Okay, so I'm gonna call it a night here in a minute, but I just kind of want to play around a little bit more, just because I'm really liking watching this come to life here. Especially with all that silver paint, just made it look like there was loads and loads of rust underneath the paint. You know, it goes like this Atlantic has kind of disappeared. Now it's very prominent. Oh, it's great. Makes me happy. Man, I don't know how, but I got that stuck in there. I couldn't get it out. How weird. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Yeah, things are shaping up great here. This is beautiful. This is going to be a great piece, aside from the tabs on the top. And I'm not happy with 2 because most likely, knowing the track record of these things, there may not be 2 by the time I get this on. We'll see. We will see. I hope, because I would hate for this thing to be so pristine and then have that go crappy like that. So, I'm going to lay this right here, and we're going to continue this tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to come up just like... Okay, we are back. It is the next day, and we're going to continue. This wheel is pretty shot, but I'm going to give it just, even if I get an extra 30 seconds or a minute out of it, it's worth it to do that. Because I'm only down to 2 more of these until next time I can get out and get a few. So, all right, let's work on this crown a little bit. Yeah, boy, 3 applications of the Easy Off, and there's still that pesky silver paint is right up in that that very gritty surface rust. It ain't coming out. Little bits of it here. Still, silver paint is a bear. So is gold paint. I don't know what it is. It's something to do with probably with whatever makes it metallic. Oh, all right. Okay, we are now going to a nylon bit. It's an 800 grit, and yeah, so we're making good progress here, because I'll do this, and then seeing how it looks, maybe we'll go to a steel one and treat it, and yeah, and see what the deal is with these tabs at the top. Oh boy! All right, so let's hit it with an 800 grit, or 2 or 3. We'll see. Probably gonna take a couple, but because this is a lot of lantern. Actually, I'm gonna start with one that's pretty roached already. Then I'll do the bottom with that. That one's actually pretty good. I find one even worse than that. That's why I save them all. Well, that's not the color I want. All these colors are different grits. Yeah, okay, well, we'll go back to this partially roached one. Use that. All right, let's get to it. All right, it is steel woolen time. Let's get to it. So, okay, I think we are good to treat. So oil it up, make it look delicious. Can't wait to see this beautiful Defiance steel getting treated. It's gonna be a beautiful dark patina. I'll something I'm a big fan of with Defiance lanterns for sure. All right, so I think, well, first let's put this back together properly. All right, that's all connected proper. Excellent. And we'll see just how scary it is putting that back on there because of the issue. All right, so got our oil. Oh yeah, things are gonna look real nice here. Yeah, look at that. I love it. All right. There we go. The transformation of this, I mean, I don't know, I can't believe just how shitty that silver paint made this thing look. It just made it look rusty and dirty and beat up and a piece of crap. Why I got it for such a good price. But hiding underneath that disgusting metallic silver model plain paint, it was hiding, man. And that's I love that. Love these kind of lanterns that are just hidden gems, hidden beauties. All right, let's let's pray that we don't snap one of these off. Okay, so let's get the cap on here, folks. Another crown, sorry, crown cap. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so those two are in. Let's just hope that they stay like that. Okay, it looks like they remained. Excellent. I just wish they were across from each other and not like that. I'm gonna want to put a little oil on these. I'll use the oil off a piece of something. Okay, so yeah, it's a little loose, but that can be avoided by whoever operates this. Can find alternative ways to get that globe out, because they're not going to have to do it every day. So that's a good thing. Sometimes, maybe never, you don't have to get that out of there, except when you're changing a wick or cleaning your globe. But if you operate it properly, you're not going to need to clean your globe, really. You're not going to load it up with carbon or anything. Okay. Excellent. Now, this we had popped out. We'll pop it back in. Okay, good. It has grabbed those little solders that were there for, and they're going to hold that right in there. Perfect. All right, so I cut off the part that was torched by improper use. What's going on in here? Okay, yeah, so I think somebody put a 1 inch in here, and I think it's supposed to be 7/8 if you ask me. Let's try that. Let's try 7/8. There we go. It's alright, just got a tight grip. It's okay. Good, but they had the wrong size wick in there. Okay, that's all set. That's barely going to touch the bottom of this, though. You know what? Because this is such a huge, that's 1 inch. Where the hell are my 7/8? Am I out? Maybe I am out. Son of a gun. All right, I got 1 inch, and these aren't 7/8. That's wrong. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of them. So, okay, this is going to have to... It's going to have to suffice for viewing pleasure. There, click. That's in. And got our globe all cleaned up. All right, let's get the bail on here. Bails are always a great joy to me. Yeah, if you watch the channel, you know I'm not a fan. It's just because of the design here of my my bench here. This does not lend itself to dealing with bales getting in the way. All right. Nice. Okay, wow, this looks great. This looks just great. I'm happy. It's big, big Bertha. All right. Big Bertha is ready to go here. So, let's come on down and take a look. And we are done with this monster. Here we go. This looks great. Yeah, it's big beauty here. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what the heck's happened here with the solder. I don't know if somebody was reinforcing that, or it almost looks like arc welding, like really bad arc welding. I don't know, but I think an arc welder would just put giant holes in this very thin tin that they make lanterns out of. So, okay, folks, hey, here we are. We're done. And I'll tell you what, I'll see you next time. And hey, as usual, don't you go changing.
We'll be back with the Magic Tunes for the Armada Room's 2-hour disco swing party after this short break. Till then, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.